All right, this is my north garden, or south garden, and these are my beans. So you can see in the front half here, this is the Christmas lima, and it is gone past. The scarlet runner's kind of topped off right here for now. So thus far, the Christmas lima is winning this competition. When we zoom in on these Christmas lima pods, they are massive. They're gonna be massive beans, you can see in my hand. But they only contain 2, maybe I'm seeing 3 in there. I think it's just 2. So it's gonna be a low, probably 2 per pod, but big bean. On the other hand, we have the scarlet runners, and they are much bigger. They're about the same size of bean, but the pods are bigger because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 inside each. Although you'll notice that here, there's like 1 here, and that's common, anywhere from 1 to 3. But even though you have like 8 flowers, it doesn't go past 3 pods per bunch. The other side of this bed, you can see the Southwest Gold. They're looking really good. A little bit of yellowing on the leaves. And if we zoom in here, come in and take a look, you can see they're just riddled with beans. They're just, look at that, they're everywhere. There's probably 10 pods of 6 on each, so 60 beans per plant, something like that. See it's leaning how heavy it is, but they're looking really good. Loving what I'm seeing there. Yeah, so we're getting there. Probably in a month you'll see them all dry. All right, these are our potatoes. We got less than we planted. It's just a bad bed, I think. Looking at this other side, you've seen these for a while. The onions are not growing, so we'll let them go for a while. I don't need the space, but I don't expect too much from this bed. Probably will grow some cover crops. Now this bed's just kind of the rejects of the corn, which ended up doing really well. The highest right there is 9 feet, coming down to about 4-ish, 4.5 feet. You can see they're doing really well. And you can see in between, we've got a tomato in the back, potato in the middle, and then potato right here as well. Swinging through the peppers, we got a new sweet banana, which is exciting. And then we have, this is a bell pepper, just kind of waiting. We'll see if anything happens there. Again, this one is doing the same. This one is the same. And then this one, we pruned it a little higher, but you can see it's already got the Oranjos Gen 2 peppers on it. So excited for that, probably pick some tonight, enjoy them. Same with this one. Already setting fruit. Been fertilizing these guys, and it took so long. But if you look down at the soil is got some good structure to it, but it's really dry. And these, after 2 years, these seem to stop working, get plugged or something. So I'm gonna have to replace these every 2 years. So it's unfortunate, but that's how it is. All right, this one, for some reason, this Coreopsis is just going and just won't stop, which is great. We have some cosmos that popped up here. They're already setting some seeds, you can see. So it's good flower bed, keeping those pollinators and good bugs around. This was a bonus squash outside of the actual place, and it's trying to become inside, but you can see it's one of the crossbreds. You can see that one down there of the kabocha between the green and the orange. Next we have our butternuts. These are what we bought, and you can see they're doing way better. This is looking really good. It's coming along. And then this one is looking really good as well. And this one is the same. So this is what they started as, and you can see the difference. Next, these are our hatch chilies, right by our ever blooming lavender. Love this stuff. But it's just going nuts. It was going all winter. It's seeming to fade a little. I think it's getting a little tired. Probably needs some water and fertilizer or mulch. Right next to it, things are dead. This one is popping quite nicely. I don't remember what it is, but it's beautiful. These are in heat, so this is probably, medium heat. Free onions. We have eggplant here. It's looking pretty good. I mulched around it because of the water issue, and that's seeming to assist it. Might do that elsewhere. This is poblano, again, super runt. But there are flowers on it. You can see right there. So, coming along. Cachito, most of it's died, but a little bit of it, don't confuse it, isn't. So you can see that there. And now to what I can't get all in one shot. This is my corn. It's pretty ridiculous. So in the foreground here, we have the Hopi Blue from that rock over. So that's Hopi Blue, San Diego Seed Company, and they said 5 foot plus. I believe it. It's at about 4.5 right now. It's 2 weeks younger than the one behind it. This is Oaxacan Green, and we're probably talking 5 to 7 feet. 5 on this side and 7 feet over there. Not sure the difference. I know those ones were stronger. Let's zoom in and get a little bit more. You can see this is the Bloody Butcher from Baker Creek, but there's a lot of variation in height, and it's starting to tassel, which is exciting. So that's a good time marker there. And then on the other side, which we'll look at in a sec, is Rainbow, is a Glass Gem. Glass Gem. All right, here's an example of Hopi Blue. It's looking really good. If we come down to here, you can see there are minimal tillers. There may be a couple very small ones, pretty much single stalk, looking pretty green, though again, a little short at the moment. This is Oaxacan Green. It's looking really good. Let's zoom in on one stalk. So here's the size. It's this pretty good sized stalk. If we go down to the bottom, well, before we do that, look at the variation here. There's good variation within this population. I like to see that. And then see it's got some anchoring roots, which I like. It's also got a couple tillers here and there. There's a couple there, a couple there. But as you can see, it's pretty much stalks. So that's really nice to see in the population. All right, this is the Glass Gem. You can tell we're in such intense shade because of the corn. This is the Gen 3 from my brother, so he's grown it a couple times. And what you'll notice here immediately is how many tillers there are. There are probably 6 on this one. It's the most, but there's a substantial amount on pretty much every one you see here. So I'm noting that, probably going to reset the population by buying some seeds. Probably won't replicate these, depending, because I don't like tillers. That's a little too messy down here, and I like single stalks. See the anchor roots here, looking good. Again, the stalks are doing pretty well. And I think I saw one with a flower. Oh, you can see here. This is just starting to peek out. So that's kind of where we are. And then if I travel through the corn patch here and get over here, it's pretty tight. We've got some of serious work here. So this is the Bloody Butcher. First of all, this leaf length, I don't know if you can get that, but I mean, that's going all the way into halfway into my other bed. That's ridiculous. It's like a 3 foot. So big. Probably spaced them a little wider. The stalk, I don't know if you can see, the stalk is like 2 inches wide that way and 1 inch this way. So this is really thick. It's the thickest one we've got. There's a little bit of tiller here, but most of them don't have that. The other thing is, look at these roots. They're going bonkers. These anchor roots are amazing. That's looking really good. But you also notice, you can just see from the understory, some really thin stalks and also some very thick stalks. So I'm getting a little higher amount of variation. For some reason, like, this leaf is died. I'm not sure what that indicates, but yeah. So, and as I said before, it's already got flowers. As you can see here, flower for the tassels. So that's looking pretty good. It's exciting.